me show you something I noticed when I came in. This is just for the people that saw the last video. There's a jawbone. It's weird when you're walking down the road and you just see a jawbone there. So I was doing the sticks laying in the middle of the pass and like in front of entrances, stuff like that. And I just drove by here and I noticed this one's gone. Let's see if it's been moved by a person, or my guess is yes, but no. Oh yeah, look. You know a person did that. So there's a footprint going in. It's easy to tell it's probably who did it because no one's really coming in here yet. There's only a few people. It's just over there. In fact, I had a long talk with a guy that lives over there. It's a whole story. I'll have to tell you about it another time. We ended up becoming pretty friendly with each other, but we had a few issues at the beginning there. So there's an X right there. Okay, let me start by saying I'm getting some unbelievable timestamps from the fake fireplace area. They're just looking right at me. And it just goes to show you that fake fireplace stuff is all real. I don't make this stuff up. I'm getting still pictures from people that normally don't even get them. They're like, Mark, I couldn't help it. I usually don't do this, but they were right there looking at you. I'm like, I know. I have to play dumb in the videos, okay, as far as what I really know, who I know is standing around me, what is going on exactly, because if I began to tell you, you wouldn't believe me. It's a very difficult situation, and yeah, you do get affected by negative people and negative stuff, and that's why they keep coming. They don't want you to know about this stuff. Now, here's what's the most interesting about this thing being moved, is that it was moved, because there's no way a person put it there, okay? They put it there, they laid it there. This is one of the very few people that walk here, okay? It's a husband and wife, I know who it is. And, I mean, I'm assuming, I'm almost sure, because all last summer, it was only their footprints here. Like, maybe one random person, but that was about it. But right here, I know they picked that up so no one would trip going through there. That's pretty cool that was picked up, which means it was laid down. I like that. All right, so my goal today is to go up there. It's much harder than it looks from here. It's basically like a 70, 80 degree angle of loose dirt. So what I'm gonna do is walk way up that way. I kind of want to be right there. I think I might be able to get down right there. I'm not sure. There are so many game footprints here, but I'm talking about not like deer, like dogs, like coyotes, mountain lion. And I'll tell you, like, that's pretty exciting to me. It's one of the things I want to see out here is, now how did that rock get there? You guys may think rocks are silly. What in the heck was that? That is a big footprint. I can't tell because it's... But I'd like to see this kind of thing around the area where I'm seeing other things thrown out. Just a blatant rock that was thrown out. It's not quartz, but it's a rock. And then I see... Oh, by the way, as you walk by these things... I was doing this the other day off camera. You guys, I'm always out here, okay? Like, whether I'm here or somewhere else, people are like, did you go out today? It's like, yes. Like, but, you know, I don't always film a video for you. I have to do some of this stuff without the cameras all over me. You know, like some preliminary, like even places that I frequent, I'll go in there without the cameras. Do I think that makes a difference? Yes, I do. And... it's just one of those things I got to do. Or I'll be there, and I know they're right there with me, and I'll just put everything down my backpack. See, the backpack too. They don't want anything on you. You'd be better off naked out here. Hey, that's not a bad idea. I'm not doing it, but just go out naked. Like if you have like a backyard or something. Look, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not doing it sexually. You're just showing them that you're not tricking them in any way. Like, hey, here I am. I don't know. That's maybe if you're a female, that's not a great idea. I've also heard males, that's not a great idea. So let me just, I'll retract that whole thing. But you know what I mean. just to show them that you know, there's no tricks. You can trust me. Maybe your underwear. Let's go with underwear. How's that? All right, so I gotta be honest with you. I really don't want to go up there. There's no easy way up. And I just have to. Because after I was over this hill, you go over a couple hills, and I was doing that fake fireplace, and that's an easy place to get to from the road, fairly easy. And I feel like if I found that stuff over there, where it's not easy, like this guy for 30 years, he's 33 years old, he's never seen any of that stuff. I was like, what about that fake fireplace up there? He's like, what are you talking about? And because he knows that trail really well. He finds antlers up there, and that's what he thought I was doing. He didn't believe me at first. And I said, listen, man. He was kind of being mean to me, and I said, listen, that's not what I do. I've never picked up a pair of antlers in my life. I've picked them up, you know, like last year or something, like on a Bigfoot spot, showed them to the camera, and then I put them back down. I'm not carrying those things with me. Are you kidding me? But he's been doing it for a long time. He makes stuff, and I guess, you know, because of other people trying to sneak in and do that, it's illegal right now apparently here. He just automatically assumed I had camo pants on, things like that, and we had a little bit of a situation there for a minute, and then I came back again, and then he comes rushing in, and I don't blame him. I mean, this is his turf. He's been over there he's 33 years old or something like that, 31, and he's been there his whole life. And then here you got this guy from Jersey coming in, thinks he owns the place, even though I'm just walking around with the camera. You know, I kind of see it from his perspective in a sense. Look at that X. I'm like, just look. I did watch that video. See the top of the X has the triangle. All right, so I've wasted a lot of time just walking up here, but this is so obvious to me. Look right there. Is this thing clean? Bear with me. You guys, by the way, it's beautiful. It's 65 right now. It's the warmest day of the year, and then tomorrow it goes right back to 40 again. And I just heard that we're getting 4 to 6 inches. Callie texted me down there where I'm supposed to be going. So we'll play that up here. That's why I'm here now. I know I said in my last video I have an idea for this. I'm gonna go all the way up this trail. I'm gonna walk 2 miles up this way, and it's much easier to go in. That is just not gonna be, it's too hard. You gotta see here's a complete face to the mountain. Give me a sec. What is that? What in the... It's like a mink or one of those weasels, and it's just put in there. You know what is bizarre about that? I'm hoping whoever posted it on Facebook watches my videos. But I just saw that it was like, wasn't it like a hawk or something? It was like the wings were taken out, and it was laid at the top of the tree, just sitting there dead, I think. That's a little bit strange to me. It's the one thing, you guys, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, like going out in the woods, or what we're doing, don't think because you've been there before, you've seen anything. Okay, because I think that was there when I was here 3 days ago, you know, and I just walked right by it. Most likely because of that quartz rock. I'm not trying to refilm here, but I'm just seeing, I don't know, I'm seeing some interesting things. This quartz is a mind blower to me. As you can see, I didn't put it there. And you know what, where would I get it anyway? I was thinking, you know, like it could have rolled out of there, but it didn't. There's nothing there. It was weird. I got a really big head rush when I leaned over to pick that up, which is strange. I'm not kidding. When I touched there's got to be a coincidence there, but I'm telling you, when I touched that quartz and stood up, I got a head rush. Weird. That's got to be his camera. I see you. Yeah, because of him, whether you want to believe that stuff or not, everybody knows I'm here. What was that? No feelings, no like anything. You know, why does that have to be on that? Somewhere in here is where the horses get spooked. Give me a mountain lion. Give me a sec. This is when it starts to get interesting to me here. I might put this in after the video or something. While I was walking and talking. The lookout thing, right? I completely made that up, but I don't think I'm too off on that. And then you get this, which is completely ripped out of the ground, which is pretty crazy. Like, yeah, those things can die, I guess, but it looks like it's been a made blind there. So, could I swear at any of those things? No, but you know, things start to add up a little bit. Like all the walking that's coming out of there. This stick that's in the middle of the road up here, that's been moved. It's not there. What do you want to bet? It's the guy that moved the stick at the gate. That he moved this one too. That's so funny. The guy has no idea that he's picking up Bigfoot sticks. I don't see it. It was right here. It was somewhere. Maybe it's around the corner. I don't know. There was a manhole cover too, not too far. Oh wait. Anyway, give me a sec. Yeah, there it is. These uphills kill me. It's right there. He took it and just threw it off. All right, so this one's interesting. There's another one of these piles, but this one is the first one I think I've seen that has ants. Maybe the second. Now, the tough part is, does that mean the ants did that, or did they just like the pile where they could move the rocks and make a hole? I don't know, you know, because things can be tricky out here sometimes. But I just gotta, until I see more evidence on the matter, I gotta go with ants do that. All right, it's time for me to be quiet. Give me a minute. Hey, look at this. It's like a really old structure. It's really old. I mean, at least the wood's old. I'm like halfway up that hill. Leaner field goal. All kinds of walking underneath it. And that looks like a structure to me for sure. You see how that's field goal right there? There's no way. It would have had to gone in all the way up there. It's not even that tall. Well, I guess if it fell. But you see, look, it's actually, it's interesting. I hate walking back down until I go all the way up. It's a trident type thing. That's actually leaned through. Okay, so there's no way that got through without someone, you know, getting it the right way. Is that exciting? Not really, but look at the trident type thing behind it. These are good signs. And this whole area just looks, you know, like squatchy. You know, I don't know. It just looks not like the kind of Bigfoot I'm used to seeing, but something's going on all over these hills. I never would have known. I think, yeah, like a little bit, but not for sure. Like, I know for sure now. And especially after all the still pictures that are coming out of the videos. You know, that landing right there should be in this type of place. If it was really active here, would have something else going on, because that is such a focal spot for here. I'm on a really steep hill, and that's very flat, which tells me they could be still there, but I mean, I'm not seeing anything blatant. And we just got to keep going. Look how funky this is. Did you hear that? I always say that. The second I hit the camera, I don't know. It was clearly a thumping. Anyway, I was going to show you this spot. It looks like a hangout, but nothing really, you know. I see stuff like this, but nothing really here is normal. Sorry. See how it's a field goal? So not only is that an X, but it's through a field goal, right? That's part of their language. We see it over and over and over. These are just signs to me. You know, just going by my experience in the forest, these little indications are good. I tell you, I thought I'd be at the top. It just keeps going and going uphill. So I kind of like it, because I think the harder it's going to be, the better, but something's been underneath this tree. Very possible. It could be game, but I don't know. I don't see any poop, and I see big impressions, and I see one of the only visible, beautiful pieces of quartz in the area, sitting right there. And then, of course, what's in front of it? Some crazy tree, like a blind. Now, I don't know, you know, but that's pretty good sign right there. It's a pretty good sign. I can't believe there's going to be 3 to 6 inches. See, all kinds of walking and dirt in there. See that? Remember, we always expect it to be this 10-foot Bigfoot, and as the still pictures will show you from the other day, I mean, really from the last 4 years, most of them aren't big. I think they congregate around the Sasquatch. I think this is going to be a long video because I just want to keep filming like this. I got nerves today. I don't know why. I've been in places 20 times as far away and 20 times as scary. I'm making up the numbers. Some guy's like, I didn't think trail cams had 15 batteries. I'm like, dude, I just make up numbers when I'm telling a story. I think they have 8. Mine's got 8. Look at this. Another really big pile back there. I mean, you tell me, who else? I've never seen anybody in my life zoom in on a pile of pebbles. And I've done it 100 times. Tell me what they are. Not with your common sense. Give me some like backup on it. Show me some research on it. Not what you think it is. Because whatever you think it is probably not true. Look how far these ants are coming out. Look at that. See how weird, look. Then you got the strange rocks, and remember, I'm up to a place where you'd have to be crazy to be here as a person. There's nowhere else, there's no reason why you would come up here to hunt anything. So I feel like these rocks are put there. It looks like when they put that one down, it's split in half. Unusual. This one does have a little anthill in it. Red ants. And I've gotten that explanation, and it could be. But I just want to know for sure. You know, I don't like to say anything for sure unless I know. Like I'll say, I guess it might be this, but it probably is ants. Just bizarre. Why did they go and get... I've seen anthills like in Florida. Big anthills, like, it's all dirt. They don't walk around for like 5 years picking up little pebbles. So, but someone said red fire ants, and I think that's what those were. So, over and out. All right, I got a nice little hiding spot. Well, under a tree. I just want to zoom. What that would be is if you watch my last video. Why is it shaking? You guys, what's going on? That's so weird. That would have been the hell. I think I turned around. I don't know if I put that clip up or not. Let me just show you something. So I just got up from zooming over there. I said, let's make the top. Here's where I was sitting. I didn't make any attempt not to make any damage. I mean, so when I got up, I think my butt was like right there. You can see nothing. But I got up and twisted and came. You know, now if I was just walking upon this, you know, you can't think anything of it. But that's what it looks like when a humanoid just got up off pine needles. It looks like nothing. You know, like something, you can tell something was there, but you can't. And that's what I always see. Is like, yeah, I don't even think they're hiding it. They just get up and see, like something was sitting right there. It doesn't look like a deer to me. Just wanted to make that point. So just, you know, keep more of an open mind when you see these perches that I show this summer. I'm going to show you more perches this summer than have ever been found in the entire world combined. How's that for a challenge? Over and out. All right, I'm so glad I came up here. We're at levels. I haven't seen anything, but God, do I have feelings like I'm gonna. Look at this one, most interesting one yet. Well, I just got cell reception all the way up here. Sweet. Look at that. All among the rocks. Yeah, that hill's brutal. I just walked a mile straight up that hill. It's brutal. I'm doing pretty good. You know, these people that say something about stop breathing, it's like, if one of those, I'll bet you $1 million if I had it, that if the guy that said that did what I do, he would be 45 minutes behind me, just like everyone else that comes out with me. Look, the only one that can smoke me, and believe me, I don't want to admit this. It kills me to admit this. So, weird pile, stones cleaned up all around the rocks. A bird just landed right on my head. But Callie, he can, I mean, I tell you though, you know, you add up the age difference, I'm not that far behind, but he runs and stuff. He can smoke me up these hills. But that doesn't matter. You know, if you can get up here, that's fine, because we just need that camera pointing at something cool. But you got to be able to get up here and keep going. Not sit down, not smoke. All right, so let's, you smoke a cigarette up here, you're gonna die. You won't even be able to breathe. All right, so it looks like I gotta walk this ridge line. And I have, actually, in the woods. Someone was out. They're like, what one? I was like, you know what? Special treat. And I sat there, and I remember not liking it very much. Very squatchy in here. And I'm just saying that based on the looks. I don't see anything yet. Like, a few things coming up, like things like this, which seems to be like how they did it over by the fake fireplace. I'd be surprised if we got a fake fireplace up here, you know, because you don't need it. It's nobody comes up here. They put that over there because it's possible someone walks off trail over there. And they're not going to make one unless, you know, it's going to fool you. If no one's going to see it, why do it? All right, let me keep going. That actually goes downhill that way. All right, let me show you something really cool. This is exciting for me. This is the only thing I really like aside from what I do is mountain lions. All right, so there's a bone kind of buried right there. And the weird part is that it's disturbed a little bit around it, but the bone looks old and it looks like it's been there a long time. Check this out. It's my pole. All right, so let me explain one thing I know about mountain lions. God, does it look like Bigfoot poop? Oh my God. So I don't know, but I gotta assume. I think I'm about 90% on this one, maybe even more. That's a mountain lion. Look, so you got the eerie tree. They love to climb trees that are easier like this, and you can see the bark's off. So this is a tree of his. See the bark in many different places where he's been climbing. Looks like he sits here, waits for an ambush. I haven't seen a recent kill yet. I'm kind of looking forward. Like I said, I don't want to see anything dead, but if it is, I wouldn't mind coming across it. All right, so let's check this out. So what they do, they're just like house cats. This is a kitty litter to him. David, if you're watching this, me and you discussed that the other night. Look at the size of this poop. Like, it's big poo-poo. I'm gonna touch it because it's really dry. Look at that, that's just one piece. Ew. And it looks like, he's trying to bury it. This is all fluff, so I just want to see if there's anything. Probably where he peed. He probably buried his pee more than anything. Yeah, mountain lion. That's pretty cool. Huge poop. I like that. I don't know why I get so excited. With the mountain lion, I just want to see one, like, just walking right here. I'm not scared of mountain lions. I'm really not. Did you hear about that guy? Kelly, you were telling me. Kelly with 2 E's. I have a couple Kelly's friends. 2 main ones, really, that I know. But the one with the E was telling, because she gets all those trail cam pictures. She was saying some guy, it was in the news, he actually choked out a bobcat, like killed it by suffocating it. I mean, I'm sorry, a mountain lion. The thing attacked him, somehow he got it around the neck. This guy's must be a badass, and he just choked it till it died. So, like, I'm just not afraid. I don't want to fight one. I mean, I think I'll be okay, with them. You got to remember the trick to all animals. This is my opinion. I think some others too. Show no fear. And it's not even, here's the hard part for most people to believe. It's not even showing fear. It's if you're scared, they know it. You can't really fake it. So you can't be scared. That's just the simple trick to being around big predators. Don't be scared. Let them know you're the boss. What's up with this? That same type of quartz with the orange that I found last time. That's interesting to me, and it's a perchy area at the top. This is just kind of an exploring video. I'm not showing you guys. Look, it's not a big shocker why that mountain lion hangs right back there. That's I don't know what that is. Looks like an elk. Now here's one of these piles that's been, looks like spread out. See, I was telling you before that they get, hold on, I'm adjusting my weapon here. It looks like they get, oh, look at that. This is definitely a spot. There's no doubt about it. I just heard something too. Look at this. Look at this ant working hard. He's pulling something. What you got there, buddy? See this? What do you suppose raked that out like that? I think Bigfoot did that because I'm not crazy, guys, because I can see all their structures. I can see they manipulated every tree here. They made blinds. You can just tell it's them, right? I got the quartz back there. And then this used to be one of those perfect piles. There's absolutely no ants here. There's not, except for that one. Maybe they're underground. And it looks like you took a rake and raked it out. And I'm guessing it might have been like a foot, And I see a footprint right there. That's not my footprint. See that? Toes, heel. Right there, that's interesting. It's not big. And I know it wasn't a person. All right, really look at this. We got footprints of the snow. We'll go look at those. Look at the size of that pile. You're telling me that ants did that? Look, see the area? It starts right here. Right where my foot, see how normal it is here? All through here. Every single pebble is missing. I gotta ask somebody about that. Look how dry. Look at that. Looks like there was it was a dried pond, but what it is these rocks aren't here to help absorb. Look at the size of this thing. Some big elk walk through there. No ants. I don't like to destroy the ants. If it is ants, I don't want to ruin it for them. Because they work so hard. But there's no ants. Look, you guys, that would take like, like hundreds of thousands of ants to do that. I'm just making that up, like how many. And there's not one. There'd be soldiers coming after me. There's nothing going on here. I need explanations for this. And then guess what? If I come back in like a year, that pile will be either spread out or gone. Crazy. So this caught my attention. I gotta film everything like this because it's the most exciting thing happening so far. Really weird. Right, this is actual dirt. It's too much to have just been covering up like a mountain lion covering poop. And then look what I got. So blatantly a glyph or a structure. And then I got this one right here. You know, that's what I'm looking for. Getting closer to the caves, starting to see things that are just not quite right. That's good to me. You know, you know why it's good to me? Because, well, mostly because of that. And then that is the same exact thing across from it. There's just no way. And then that pile of dirt, you know, who knows what that's for. That's actually dirt from underground. You can tell by the color. And nothing's growing in it. There's no nutrients. Interesting. Give me a sec. Now we're talking business. This is good. Sorry, I try to not to get too excited. I hear myself when I'm reviewing the video. I'm like, shut up. But this is really good. Look. Sorry. Check this out, okay? I call it like, you know, if you've seen my altar video, it's kind of like the altar thing, where you gotta walk through it, right? Well, watch this. I'm gonna skip walking through it and bring you right here. Look at this. Oh my God. And it's next to one of those freaking piles. You guys, look at that. A pile disturbed, right? Look where I am. Look at this. I'm so excited about this. I can't even tell you how excited that makes me. Who would have made that? You guys, look at the stick. And then it just happens to be next to that. You gotta be kidding me. I'm telling you, I haven't been wrong yet. Something is up with these piles. And people might think it's ants because, you know, it's a great place for an ant to make a home. Maybe they're just finding them, but I don't know. Look at that. That is so exciting to me. Look at the quartz involved, you guys. If it's a human, there'd be no quartz involved. And right on top, quartz. Look at that. Look. Let's just lean in there. Look at the circle around it. You guys, this is awesome. Just in case they're looking at me. They gotta be. It doesn't feel like it, but God, the other day they were everywhere. I don't get the zapping, like, feelings here. Okay, so look, again. Remember that funky quartz looking like that heart rock with the perch on the last video? Same stuff, right? Then we got the piles. And then we got that. It doesn't look like it's been there more than a few years. Because look, there's where one of the rocks was. There's where one of the rocks was. There's where one of the rocks was. I'm going to say that was done like, you know, like last year. Or something like that. You know, you wouldn't make no person. See, look, people need attention. When they're going to do something like that, they're going to do it where it might be found by another human being. This is Bigfoot. I'll bet you anything, okay? Look. Right? And then you got the altar. I call it the altar, like the walkthrough. It's a wallow. That rock's been kicked up. That's it. I'm excited. This to me was worth it. I think the surrounding evidence just supports that this is them. And I'm right on top, almost on top. Well, I don't know. I've never been in the ground here, but I've been in the caves down there, which I have to go into on the way out of here. I was caught on a trail cam down there. So we'll see whose that was. Look at that. It just looks like Bigfoot. Look, why would a person get that. So this is just for the people. When I'm trying to convince you, it's not that I'm trying to convince most of you, but certain people. Why would they go out of their way to get that stick? After doing that, I think the last thing a person would think is to lean that stick. And that's what Bigfoot did. They fit it right into the part of the rock that it could fit. Right there. It's 100%. I cannot, you know what I'm going to stop saying? Bigfoot. I'm going to stop saying Sasquatch. Bigfoot did this because it's other ones too. It's not just them. They're little dudes that run around. That could have been a major project for them. It's not just Bigfoot. And I can't swear that Sasquatch makes the structures either. I know they're right there while they're being made. I'm pretty sure they're involved with those. Look, Bigfoot tree. I always call it Bigfoot tree. This is a good spot here. Very exciting. Is that an X down there? So this should get a little bit better down here, hopefully. Give me a sec. See, I think you guys have an idea of where I am and how hard it was to get up here. And, you know, it's pretty frustrating, you know, in this stuff. And you can see things and, you know, it's hard to be 100%. But when you come across rocks like I just did back there, that's exciting. Think about it, the most unattractive area in the world. Like if I found that like off a trail from like a park or something like that, I wouldn't, you're gonna have to really convince me, you know? I mean, I think that stick would have convinced me. Yeah, something was in that hole right there. Chewing up wood or something. We don't have groundhogs here. We have like prairie dogs and ground squirrels. We might have some groundhogs, but not too many. I have never seen like a traditional, like, you know, like at my dad's farm in Pennsylvania, there's like groundhogs everywhere. Look, another one. It's so bizarre. Look, they cleaned the whole area. Like I said, you know, I don't know how much time they spend out here. I think they're under my feet. Look how high up I am. Just gonna get an idea where I am. Okay, so I'm actually getting towards the end. There's that the first little forest I do when I'm in there. Look, this will shoot down to the spots. Let me get out of this tree. I'm gonna do some zooming, even though I know they're looking at me. Hold on. Just want to take a quick look and a close look. Right on the other side of that path, right there. This is where the fake fireplace is. Now, these guys are so supernatural, like, I don't expect anything to just be like right there in HD, but you never know, and you gotta try. You gotta remember, you know, you could do this 1,000,000 times, and maybe only once, you know, you'll get something physical. So far, I'm averaging better than that, but it doesn't mean I can do it again. I think I will this summer. I know I can, especially at night. Like, I can get thermal footage anytime I want. Some guy wrote me, he's like, I'm buying this thermal, I'll show you what for thermal footage. I'm like, dude, I stand right next to them. I can see them. Right there next to me. I was with Utah Sasquatch. He was 30 feet away from me, just staring at me. We had been on their structures all day. And I put my thermals up, I'm looking right at them, and what's the first thing I do? I put the thermals down immediately. When you guys don't understand what it's like to be in a situation like that if you haven't been in one, and the last thing you want to do is film for YouTube while there's Sasquatch surrounding you. It's very disrespectful, I think. And I don't have the guts to pick up the cameras at that point, but I can get thermal footage anytime I want, is the moral of the story. Anytime. And I'm not talking about maybe here, but I don't know about here, but, you know, I just go into the forest at night. I'm talking where no one can get to. Like, you can't even, people don't even get there in a car, much less walk 3 or 4 more miles at night into the forest. And they know that, and I could scream for the rest of my life and no one would ever hear me. Those are the types of places they don't care, especially if you've been looking. I think that's the trick to it, just because that's the way it happened to me, is that you got to spend the time. You got to go there during the day, compliment on their structures, look at them, you know, look at the structures, be like, you guys, these are beautiful, I love these structures, you guys are awesome. They're right there staring at you. And then the second it gets dark, boom. You know, I swear, that's why I say we have the night. I mean, we have the day, they have the night. The unseen world is the nighttime. Now, it doesn't mean they're not out during the day, but typically, unless it's in the middle of freaking absolutely nowhere, are they going to be just walking around physical that I'm aware of. I mean, they're always physical, but I mean physically, like in view, physical. You know what I mean? I can't even know what I'm talking about. I'm actually really tired from walking up that hill. It was brutal. I would never zoom into here if I hadn't done that video. Alright, so that's enough's enough. I can't see anything. I'm sure there'll even be a timestamp on those 2 little terrible zooms I did. Let's go. We're almost on top of the caves. And I'll just call it a day. I'll put up an hour-long video of nothing. Over and out. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is... This is right on top of the caves. I gotta go. I gotta go see what this is over here. It could be nothing. It could be something. I think I'm gonna walk a little bit away from them too. So in other words, I went all the way up that way. You guys know the story. And then came this way. And then I think I'm gonna go back that way as far as, like, I don't know, another mile maybe. And then I'll see if I can cut down, and there's a like a half-assed trail that comes back down there. There. Huge pile. I'm telling you, I think they use these piles for something. I don't know. I just give up on the piles. Why do I have to find these giant piles? That one's got ants in it. You know, because I just feel like if it's probably ants, but you know, is it possible it's not? Yeah, because where else would an ant go in the area? He's already got his pile made. I find that very interesting. You see this? Look how that's in there. It's in the only groove in the whole tree. This is how they do it here. This is how these cave dwellers, I'm going to call them, do it. They're always in the caves. You know, if they spent more time out here, there'd be more. I think it's just like a sunning thing. Like, let's just go out and get some fresh air type of thing. Here's where I really want to see. This is where I zoom up and see them with my own eyes. And where I've zoomed up and got them on camera. Project X people, you know. That one blind, wherever it is, I think it's that one. And there's just 2 of them looking right at me in the truck. I mean, there's no doubt, there's no mistake in that picture. I don't even know where that is. I'd have to look for it. I'll put a couple in here, though, from over there. So here's the top. It's a little breezy out here. In fact, this is as windy as it ever gets here. And that's what it does to the trees. Nothing. So here's the lookouts. I don't see... Man, is it windy up here. Hold on, give me a second. Alright, there's nothing. It's too windy out there. There's nothing crazy blatant. See this? Because, at least as far as something walking around goes, over there. I'm standing right on top of that cavern I was in, more or less. And I gotta go in there again, and I don't want to. Thank God I didn't leave the trail cam all the way in there, because I'm telling you guys, they're in there. If you don't believe me, I'll tell you what, you come out here, even if you're a jerk type of person, come out here and I'll send you in that cave by yourself. How about that? And then we'll see what you believe when you come out of there. There's something about that cave. Alright, so let's walk this way a little bit. Coming out. Alright, so my conclusion up here is that, and of course this is simply just my opinion, these guys are either different or they just don't come up. They're here, that's the thing. Like, they're in here, all through here. But I wonder if, like, this is not too hot in the summer. Like, nobody wants to be out here in the summertime. This is really, really hot out here in the summer. I'm talking, like, brutal. You guys, if it's 80 right here, 85 and sunny, it'll feel like it's 110. That's how hot the sun is in Colorado, especially as you're at high elevation. I'm around 8,000 feet right now. Tell you what, let's go over here. These are the first, like, real trees I found. I mean, they're not even real. You know what I mean? They're real, you know what I mean? Like, they're more than bushes. Up there. I keep getting noises from up there. Hold on a second. 2 hands on that one. That spot in the tree looks interesting. Alright, this is getting a little better. Same type of situation, right? 360 view, but at the same time blocked from the outside, so you could see out, but seeing in is very difficult. This is definitely a Bigfoot wallow, and there's more around it. See, this was a cat. Right there, a little one. Probably the baby kitty, baby mountain lion, and that was just done like today or yesterday. This was like maybe last night, if anything, with mommy. See over there? That's the spot with that quartz I showed you, right? And then look around it. Look at all the the loose rocks. You see that? You can just tell something was happening there. Let's look around. Bone. All kinds of disturbances everywhere through here. I like this. I'm gonna go check this out. I got bones fully surrounding this, which probably is cats to me. You know, the mom had a kill and the little babies. You can tell the babies, it's a little tiny spot, and it's cat poop. And so the little babies doing what mommy does under the tree. They always do it under a tree for some reason. Bone there. Believe it or not, like in Bigfoot universe, when you find a beautiful bone like that, it's near their perches, you can see the teeth marks, and they're human. It looks like a superhuman tooth mark. Robert, you have one of those. Robert found a great one while he was here. Dan, you have one. They're literally made by human teeth marks. There's not a scientist in the world that would argue it. But they're obviously, you can tell by looking at the marks that their teeth are much stronger. Look at that too. That's a spot. These are good spots here. So mountain lions and these guys, it's kind of the question, like what's the deal with them? Are they friends? They use the same turf, so they obviously know each other. Do they tolerate each other or not? I have a feeling not, because they try to avoid each other, because I don't think they let mountain lions into Bigfoot universe. I've had trail cams there for 4 years. I've gotten one bear. Remember, these things go on forever, you guys. You could walk these for the rest of your life, basically. And who knows what's hidden, you know, because you can't see anything. It all looks the same until you're standing right on top of it. And by the way, all of this has been cleared by those pebbles. All the pebbles are gone. Trident, I like this spot. Give me a sec. Ooh, look. Bones. This is good here. I could be near their den. All I know is that first mountain lion poop I found, at least I think it's mountain lion poop, that is a big boy or girl there. There's your ex. See, it's both. It's both of them. You know, what's the deal? Like, oh, here we go. Here's why it's cleared. Starting to have some issues with that mentally. Here's the backside of that wallow. Bones here too. I believe this is all animals doing this. I'm telling you, when Sasquatch and friends chews on them, there's teeth marks. I know you would think there'd be teeth marks on it with a mountain lion, but I don't see that. And they like to chew on them. The Bigfoot's like whatever the creature is out here chewing on them that's friends with Bigfoot is just sitting there chewing on a bone has no meat on it. It's like, I guess, like a toothpick, you know, but they do it from the side. All right, give me a sec. Another poop. Whenever you see that under the tree, poop, and it looks little, so it's either a bobcat or it's a baby mountain lion. Or now. I'm gonna name this video "Nothing to See Here." It just came to me. Except that really cool rock thing. That was awesome. I don't mind seeing the Bigfoot stuff too. Like, you give me that big. Look at this. Every tree. Mountain lions. Every tree. Look. You see? He's scooping this way. He's scooping that way. There has to be poop in there. I know I'm a poop person, but what am I gonna do? I like poop. I don't like poop, but I like to find it. Well, somewhere in there is poop. That's all I know. I'll bet you anything. Or it might be pee. It could just be pee. They do it with pee too. This is right where I'd have my trail cams. I'd have them everywhere. Like one there, one there, one there, one there. Like you couldn't get through here. And I know you get them. That trail cam I walked in, if I put that up, I'd walk by a trail cam down below. He's got a good spot there. He's going to get some of the big ones there probably. I don't know. Eventually he'll get them. I got one inside the cave. And I'm hoping something walked by. It's been like 4 days now. Blatant. Aliens. All right, I gotta get down. I never even ate today. I didn't eat breakfast because I ate a whole pizza the other day. They have this place called Pazzo's Pizza. It's really good. And throughout the whole day, I ate the whole pie because I was so hungry. I was getting too skinny. So I ate the whole thing. This is getting interesting. Upside down. You see how it starts to look otherworldly? Boom, these are all spots. They're not used. At the best I can guess, they're not, it's not a big deal. Like they're not here all that much. I mean, I'd be able to see last year's evidence as well, typically. Let me give you an idea of where I am, so just for people that don't get this. This is high elevation, guys. I am, I live at 8,000, just under 8,000 feet. I'm probably over 8,000 right now. And I'm usually at 10,000. 9,500 to 10,000. This is a different world than what you're used to, most of you. You have to understand some of it's going to be crazy because you haven't been out here. Just come walk out here. Right, Ron? Is it Ron? Yeah, Ron asked me yesterday. He's like, "You think I can come out?" And I was like, "Maybe." I want to have Ron. I want to do a couple. I'm gonna do a couple paid trips this summer of the ultimate Sasquatch. The ultimate. But I also, it has to be the right people. It's not about money for me. At all. A little bit with this, like I wanted to, to help support the summer, but that's it. Like I can't go out and buy a new car. I mean, it helps me through that week. It's like, that's it. It should show you guys that I'm very serious about the money part of this, because if I wanted to make money, you know how easy it would be? You guys, I could make a couple $100,000 a year doing this. Just having the amount of people that want to come into Bigfoot universe. It's crazy. I've even had famous people, like it's an easy thing for me. Why am I not bringing those people out there and getting free money? Hey, there's Allie. I recognize that truck. What's up, Allie? She has a horse at the ranch. You know what I mean? Like I could just set up, even if it was once a week. And just twice a week, just have them pay me thousands of dollars, and I could do this for the rest of my life and retire a wealthy guy. Instead, I choose to do it the way I think that's right for them. Not to show. I've promised them. So unless I think you're, if I think you're all right, then maybe I can work in like a couple people. But I just can't make this a parade through these, like, here, sure. I'll bring you all right here. No problem. It's not fun. It's kind of cool, but the amount of effort I put in today, I don't know. Thank God I found that one little rock pile. That's all I can say. So what I'm really trying to say is, I hope I can get a guy like Ron out here. It's a great feeling. It's to have. I would be excited just because he's, someone's here. You can ask Nico or Randy or Robert, someone that's come out here and actually, done one of these trips. And, well, Nico, he doesn't have to pay me. Nico actually just gives me money. He's like, I save all year just to help you, because he just wants to help, support me. He knows me and Nico are friends. He doesn't have to pay me, but he just helps me. You know what I mean? That's all. In fact, I hate taking money from Nico. Nico gave me an iPad for my droid, which, by the way, Nico, if you're listening, I'm going to give that back to you if you want it, because I'll use it, but I found that it's a cool tree, that the Galaxy works much better. The new 9 does. There's no lag with the drone. But right now I got the drone back together, but I have a camera issue. I think I'm going to go down right here. Oh my goodness gracious. Give me a second. I gotta sit for this one. I am exhausted. I made a big mistake trying to go down this crazy thing, and now I have to backtrack the whole way because you can't get down anywhere. I really thought, you know what it is, I should have picked a spot, but I thought I'd be able to tell from up here. Like, you know, I knew I'd be sliding on 80-degree angles, but I figured with gloves on, put my camera in the backpack and just kind of slide in my butt. I'm pretty good at that, actually. There's just no way. Look at the spot. So it's interesting. This is old, right? I mean, it's been there. That's been there for, I mean, that's almost like wood, right? It's a baby moose. Now, the interesting thing is, I was talking to the same guy, David, over there. He's like, he looks for these. I think it's actually more deer that he looks for, and I'm guessing he'll take any antlers, but I think it's like big deer ones he looks for. And he was the one saying there's hardly any moose that come through here, this area, not here, but like in this area, there's very few moose. Now this is the 4th moose kill I've found in 2 times out here, or 3 times out. And I'm not looking for them, you know. Yeah, it's older, but nevertheless, it was a baby moose, and he was a little baby. You know, so either they're getting lost, or, you know, he just got taken from mom right out here. So they are out here. It's just a matter of when and how many. I mean, God, just a few miles away in the fields down there, there's like 1,000 elk right now. You would think one of them might come through here, but you don't see anything. Like, I've actually been looking for Dave, this guy Dave down the street, like just to see if I see any. You know, I said this earlier in a clip. And X right there. And this, you know, it's kind of funky right here. I remember when I'm on these kills and it's real funky in here, I still don't think it was Sasquatch. I think when they do this, if they do, you wouldn't see this right now. They scatter it, they get rid of it. They're not going to draw you to one of their hangouts, even though it might be inside of one, because they're always attractive for the mountain lion. Like, it's a great spot because that's what they pick. We call them, you know, like hangouts, wallow type things. And even though that's not the definition, we've kind of made it. You know, it's always eerie, and the sticks are always bent, and there's always field goals. And I just think that I think that the mountain lion dragging something there to eat it is a coincidence. You know, like he's just picking a cool spot where he feels safe. So I think I'm in the middle of Sasquatch. But, you know, this is mountain lion. And in a place where there's not supposed to be really too much moose. How old do you think that looks? Like, it's really, really old. I just don't know how to date that. Years for sure. Years. Just sitting there like that. Over and out. So I'm just coming down the hill. Down this drainage. I don't even know if I was just recording, so if I was, I'll add this to it. If I wasn't, I'm starting over. So you can see me. I literally film myself all the way down this hill, and then I come to this rock. Which I don't know if I should touch. Let's see. Like, what the heck? Is it unique as always, right? Look, it has X's on it. I'm not kidding. It's got an X. There's some kind of notch that looks like an X in it. Look how pretty that rock is. You know, why couldn't it just be one of those? You know, maybe it was coming down in the river, it bounced and went dink, which I doubt. It's impossible, but I mean, why is it always some beautiful, unique, like, what is that on top that doesn't come off? I'll leave that there. I don't even know what to say about that. It's bizarre. There's no activity here except for me. So it was probably done. Except this kind of stuff. See? I'm breaking it so their structure's better. There we go. So you see how it's field goal? Same thing there. I was really looking at that one. That's 2 cuts. Human cuts right there. So humans have been there, but they're really, really old, and they're stuck in there weird ways. The other one's right there. And it's stuck in the other way. But see how they're both field gold? And that's all twisted? This is field gold. There's a rock there. That's been cut. These are pretty much the only cuts that you'll see because I'm right by the trail. People are probably trying to steal firewood a long time ago. Probably back in the day when you could, you know, no one was in this valley. And a farmer could do whatever he wanted. you know, you're on your four-wheeler, you're on your tractor, you could do anything you want. You come up here, no one bothers you. I understand the frustration of having new people around, I really do. That's why I moved out here. Well, out here I moved out because of the Bigfoot, but Colorado itself, like in the mountains, I think it was more like, it's not really people for me, it's more like people in lines that bother me. You know, like traffic. And I don't think I'm alone in this. I think, although some people, you know, I don't know if it's brainwashed or they're just used to it, but I'm having a yard sale here. But, you know, the same people for 25 years will sit in the same exact traffic in their same exact little Toyota. And, oh, look, there was a big one there that really came out. That's an avalanche, you guys. What that is snow coming down the hill. It looks like it anyway. There's too much stuff in there. And then I think this is the one I was, yeah. This is the one I was filming the other day. I think. I don't know, John, if you're watching this, Bridget's John, sometime around in here was that manhole you were asking me about, I thought. Maybe it was down below, I don't know. So what I think it is they used this not all that long ago. You know, I don't know how long ago. And did, you know, ran lines from one town to another, which is actually pretty far. I mean, I'm guessing it's like 5 miles up that trail? I don't know, something like that. It's into the miles, that's for sure. To get to like the next paved road, it'd be miles and miles. I've never been that way. All right, so I've talked enough today. I have enough editing. The more I talk, remember guys, it's a pain for me too. I have to listen to my annoying voice and then I have to edit it and then figure out like, listen, these guys don't want to hear you talking like this. Edit, go on, things like that. I think that stick is down here. Trust me, I know. Not only do I know they did that, those sticks by the gate and the stick that was right here, as simple as it is, it's even more blatant that the person that comes in here, it's obviously a person that walks this path all the time and they live right across the street. And they know that other stick is never there and they know that stick's not there and they move them for the horses or for whatever. And I think it's funny that they've been put there since the last time he was here, which was probably fall. And then, you know, and the next time he comes back, there's a new stick by the gate and there's a new stick laying across the path. And he moved, the human moved both of them. It's just, it's bizarre. I have to assume it was a human because there's no way and the only outside 1 in a billion chance, that wasn't there either, was it? Is that they saw me explaining exactly what was going on with those sticks and moved them. I don't think that's the case, but it is possible. You'll see, you're going to hear me. It's just happening. Any possibility, any scenario, we got to work through them all. It's like a murder case. You know, it's like you think a detective just is like, nah, that couldn't be it. I don't believe that's it. He's going to look at every little possible thing, whether he believes it or not. What is that? You know what I mean? You gotta free your mind is what you gotta do. Look at the sideways. I know they're up there watching me because I haven't seen or really even had any made up feelings even, but I just know because of where I was the other day and all the timestamps, and there's no way they're allowing me over there without at least a couple of them watching. You would too. If you lived out here and no one has ever been here in your life, in your whole entire existence, to check you out and didn't know you existed, and then finally some idiot named Mark shows up, you'd want to mess with him, even if he didn't know it. You're going to watch him. You're going to say, like, let's see what he sees next. That's my structure. Trust me, this is how it goes on their side. They love it. You know, that's why I get offended when people are like, stop intruding. It's like, you're an idiot. These people, this is the last thing I'm doing is intruding. They love it. I don't know about here. I think here they're getting a kick out of it, too, to be honest with you. But, you know, in the forest, they love it up there. Believe me, I'd be dead. They would have killed me so... You guys have no idea. No one does. I'm not even Dan at some of the things I've done, or Callie even. You know, idiots. Well, who in their right mind would throw a piece of plastic on this trail? Yeah, it doesn't. It just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Unless it fell by accident, but I don't think so. You know what sucks? After this 8 miles, I'm moving slow right now. Feeling good though. My back is doing really good. My spine. I've been taking CBDs, not THC. I mean, there's like 0.1% in there. I don't know if that shows up. Like if you did a test, like would that show up on your blood? I don't think so. I doubt it. It's just not enough THC in there. But it's, I'll tell you, the CBDs seem to be working for me. Ben. I forgot what I was saying now. Well, yeah, something about them, you know, not liking what, you know, some like us being here. That's just not the case, trust me. They love it. It's why a lot of times they're set up along trails. They like to see people. They like, it's part of their thing. You guys remember, what did I say? Leave an open mind. Who knows what they're really doing? Maybe we're alive because of them. You know, you don't know the real reasons, you know? I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying you don't know. You can't think, you know, like, oh no, that's not it, because you don't know. So that's the kind of thinking I'm trying to change. Like you can't think no on anything. You just can't. It's hard to think yes on everything either. It's just kind of right in the middle. Like, just let's look at it all. That's all I'm trying to say. I was way up there. It's difficult up there. It's not too bad, but it's being that I thought I was going to be able to dive down on the other side. I think you saw it because I was like, wee, and I was like rock surfing, and then I stopped and turned the camera off and realized that I'm screwed. And I came all the way back. It looks much different than it does from here, all the way back over there. I guess you've seen it on camera. There's one of those manholes. John, I'm guessing that's in line with, that's one over there, with the one that we were seeing above. All right. Going to the cave and let's see what happens there. I dare you. Come sit right there. Lay right against that tree at nighttime. And just sit there. Next to the eerie caves and all the eerie, crazy structures in those woods. And whatever else is going on up there. Next to another little entrance. And then, of course, the entrances that are behind it. I dare you. I wouldn't do it. Not here. I'd rather be... And there's help near here. Look how weird it is. All the entrances and the rocks and the courts. The trails. It's so blatant. I won't do it here. I don't care. I wouldn't, no matter what amount of money, nothing. I'm never... Do I think I would make the night? Yes. But I'm not going through what happens during the nighttime. It's nothing that happens. They just stand there, and then when they do the bluff charge, they make the whole ground shake, like you think an elephant's about to run you over, things like that. It's something a human is not meant to do. That's what they do. They just try to scare you, things like that. Depends on who you're with and how well they know you. There, no thank you, because I don't get any friendly from them. So that's why. From up top, when you're way up there, it looks like, oh, I can get out right there. You can't see that. And then it becomes absolutely impossible. It's straight down. So that was a pleasurable 4 mile adjustment. 2 miles back up there, and then 2 miles back down this trail, rather than get hung up and stuck on that hill. Because once you get down there, so that's all cliff right there. There's no way. So if I'm standing on top of that cliff right there, then I gotta walk straight back up that steep hill again, and by the time you get up there, you're like dead. That's what happened to me way on the other side over there. I was all the way that way. And I made the decision. It's weird noise. Say over and out, Yeti. Tell him. Yeti, tell him. Come on, tell him.
Arr!